Let's go, man. Let's gizzo. Welcome to the first episode of the Sponge Cast. The Sponge Cast is all about soaking in knowledge, like our generation would say, soaking in game.
Yeah.
And what are we soaking in? We're soaking in knowledge when it comes to faith, wellness, fitness, business. Uh, Talking about current events in hopes to just gain a deeper and broader understanding about the world and most importantly ourselves.
Yes, sir.
And that's very important. That's very important.
That's right.
Like we know a guy by the name of Miles Monroe.
Yes, sir.
You
Yeah.
know him, I know him, and he talks about the power of understanding. And he says there is nothing in the world greater than understanding.
Yeah.
And he quotes a Bible verse that says, "If it costs you all you have, seek or get understanding."
Yeah.
So, Chris, I want to ask you why you think that's important in today's society. Why is that important to seek understanding in today's society?
Yeah.
In terms of, you could go in terms of the world, in terms of the economy, in terms of yourself.
Well, if you don't get understanding, you don't have direction. The only way you really have direction is by having understanding. You must know the functionality of the things you are in. That is the vehicle. You must know the functionality of the directors, and that is the people on board with you. And you must know the functionality of the location you're going. So all these things, in order for you to be able to vibe in them, in order for you to be able to go with them, you got to have understanding of what those things are, right? So get wisdom. Wisdom is good, but the understanding of the application of wisdom is what really hit the nail on the head, right? That's why the Bible say, get wisdom, but in all you're getting is get understanding. Like, understand the application of this wisdom. And I feel that tying really good with what we're doing here. Trying to soak in everything from as much people as we can, from media, from news, from each other,
Yeah, for sure.
and then try to apply that, the application. Like, when you go into the understanding part, it's you understand it so you can apply. So I feel that's where we come in.
For
Yeah.
sure, for sure. And that's what the podcast is all about, like we said. And speaking of understanding, right? Let's go into our background so the audience, maybe the 5 people that watch our first one,
It's
our
okay.
first episode or what's not.
There are many people that started this way.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Like
we,
you
we
said,
started in a good location.
you
So
know, the
yeah.
start is the important, but it's not the most important, like you say.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So let's give the audience a little bit of background about ourselves so they could understand us a little bit and where
Yeah.
we came from and how this dynamic work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You want to go first? Or
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So your boy was born and raised in West Africa,
If
Nigeria.
you don't know, you can hear from us talking. We both
Yeah.
ain't from.
Yeah, you can tell from the accent, right?
Yeah.
Like, mine is a little bit unique because it's been mixed with like different places. You can't tell exactly.
Satori.
It got the Sotori inside. It got the Japanese sushi. It got the Malaysian. Got everything inside. But so I'm originally from Nigeria. Grew up there. Left Nigeria for college. Went to Asia. Lived there for a while. Came to the United States. Today, I currently run a couple of businesses here in the United States. I was privileged to meet Dwight in college, and we've been friends since then. And we've just been able to do a couple of things together. And he came up with the idea, like, "Hey, let's start a podcast." And I say, "You know what? I'm down for that." And that's how we here. So he's been a brother, very supportive, very helpful. One of the reasons why we're where we are today in terms of business, and we're glad to be able to do this together, man. So
Yes, sir.
yeah.
And from my special accent came from the Bahamas. Originally from the Bahamas, and I played international flag football there, and that's how I got to the United States. I was recruited to play for college preparatory school in Georgia, which we could get into that. Played 3 years at that college preparatory school.
Yeah.
Came to Peru State, and that's where we met. And we met through just having general friends together.
Yeah, I mean,
We had international friends. That's what we were, the international group of the school.
Shout out to our boy Ash,
Luis,
Luis.
Uriah. He
Uriah.
wasn't so international, but he was international.
Yeah, you gotta give Uriah is a man of many nations inside him. So like look, Uriah the glue that keep the whole group together. So
For
appreciate
sure.
Uriah.
For sure.
But yeah,
D Jones,
yeah.
all of us, and the dynamic between me and Chris is.
Don't forget MD.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the.
So, yes, sir. In Paris. Yeah, he was in Paris. So and so.
Who is you? Me, Paul. Me, Chris. Coming to Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the dynamic of how this started is like through mutual friends. We, having that international group, we came together
Yeah.
to eat,
Yep.
to play board games. We played dominoes
For sure.
24/7, and
For sure.
with me and Chris, it's like we would start as a group, but it would always revert back to me and Chris just in my room talking for hours talking about different things. This guy is very special. He is a computer.
Not there yet, but yeah.
He's a computer because he knows a lot of information, and I'm like, bro, how the hell does this guy know all this information? Where the hell he'd be talking about the Roman Empire? He'd be talking about business, and you know this guy or you know that guy, and I'm like, bro, I do not know what he's talking about. And the wisdom in me was like, all right, bro, I gotta stick with this guy because he going places because God gave me that intuition, and that's how we started. Together, and we did some things together. I would like to say I'm his right hand man, but sometimes he believed that his right hand is crippled. He called me his crippled right hand man, but we'll get there. So that's how we started, to be honest, and now we're here. We're here doing a podcast. We're here doing some type of business together, And also my lady is involved as well. Darlene, shouts out to Darlene. She's a huge part in what we got going on as well.
Yep.
So what are we doing today?
Yeah, man, we gotta start crunching it. It's time to let the people know who we are.
Yeah, for sure.
And let us unleash some knowledge as we try to communicate with the people,
Sure. So this dynamic is gonna go. Chris is the computer. I'm the guy that knows how to use the computer. I'll be, asking him more of the questions. He'd be more the person that giving the information.
The computer.
He'll be the person giving more of the information. I'm the person soaking in the information and trying to. Because I was the guy talking about how understanding works and why we should know. I was the guy that, was like, I'm not even about to focus on the media. I'm not going to focus on news, them things, very negative. That's how I used to think until, I started to get older and figure out that, hey, if I don't follow the news, I wouldn't know about, because I always wanted to own businesses for myself, and do different things like investments and stuff like that. And if you don't understand this word, Ray Dalio always would say, if you don't understand the world, you wouldn't understand where the economy is going, So now I'm in this transitional period in my life trying to reinvent myself with, just getting on them type of level with them Ray Dalios and them Patrick Davids and them, Andrew, who you call it? Andrew Carnegie?
Andrew Carnegie?
Yeah.
Carnegie, Baba.
So them guys on a different frequency, man. So, and that's where I'm trying to get. So I'm constantly reinventing myself. So that's where we are. That's how this dynamic is gonna work. And hopefully I reinvent myself. Hopefully I use this podcast to see my growth.
Yeah, I mean, like the best way to learn more is to teach more, to talk about it more, to practice more. That's
to
interview more. Right? Remember, like when I wanted to learn so much, like one of the first things I did was get a bunch of like people that I know have gone ahead of me and has achieved things that I want to achieve in the future, and interview them and put that in form of a book, and that way you just keep accumulating knowledge. But the thirst for knowledge is what makes you different, right? Like everything can be, growing up I learned something, everything can be taken away from you. your house, your money, your this, your that. But there's one thing that would never be able for people to be able to take from you, your mind,
So
right?
that real estate
It's the biggest one.
in between them
Yep,
two areas. Yeah.
the biggest one. So the after that, growing up actually, like, and we've both shared this story severally, right? Like, I used to be the dumb one in the class, the stupid one in the class. Um, some people, for the lack of a better word, actually thought I was a little bit retarded. But
You might not can use that word nowadays.
the R word, they use the R word on me severally. But over the period of years, I had once, like, say, like, they can take everything away from you, but if they are unable to take your knowledge from you, I said, okay, they're unable to take that from me, I'll try to build that. And thus far, we've tried to build, and we don't know much. We know a little bit. There's more. The earth is filled with knowledge, and we just want to. The reason why this is called the sponge cast is because we want to soak in as much. Like, we thirst for knowledge. Like, from the way DJ talks, even in his journey, you can see he thirsts for knowledge. Like, the things we want to get, the things we want to achieve, we just thirst for knowledge. We want more. We don't want to be the ignorant one in the room. We want to be able to know things, and it's that thirst, that drive, that's gotten us to where we are today, where we run businesses and we do what we do.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna transition into some current events that we're gonna talk about, so we can kick the podcast off. So
Yes, sir.
we're gonna talk about a few topics. Today. We got Elon Musk and his transition over
Yeah.
to Twitter. That should be a good, fun topic.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Russia and Ukraine. We're going to talk about FXT
Okay.
and the
Yeah.
crash. And we're also going to talk about, if we get time to, throw in the midterm
Midterm election. Yeah.
if you want to. So
You want to add up the UFC fight to it?
yeah. We have to talk about that Izzy loss, man. Oh.
Yeah, even Michael Chandler against Justin what's his name again?
Justin Poirier.
This Poirier, yeah.
I didn't even watch that one. I
Oh,
just
yeah?
watched the Izzy fight.
Yeah. That was the best, actually.
Yeah.
Better than the easy fight.
Did
Yeah.
they win fight of the night?
Yeah, they were the fight of the night.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Over Izzy?
Yeah, they were the fight of the night because that fight was bloody as he was. Yeah. So yeah.
Who won that?
Huh? Justin Poirier. Yeah.
Really?
How do you say his name again?
Poirier, I think.
Poirier. I used to know how to say his name, but I can't.
We both don't know English that well.
Yeah.
As you can
Well,
see.
I don't think his name. I don't think his name is an English name. I think his name is whatever thing it is. But
For sure.
yeah. That dude is he a good fighter for real because he go back to his corner and they said, hey, like,
Since we kicking it off right now.
yeah. I mean, like, yeah, we can start with a UFC fight. Like, he goes back to his corner too, and I know this also happened in the easy fight, but he went to his corner and he said, and they told him, like, hey, see, you better than the other guy. Like, you better than Michael Chandler. Like, you better than him. Like, but he's winning the rounds. He's won a couple of rounds, right? And he's just like, go show this guy what you want. And he go there and, take the back, jiu-jitsu, put him on the floor. Third round, this man taps out. Is it third? I think, yeah, third or fourth round.
So did you watch the whole? Where did you go watch the fight?
No, I wasn't watching the fight. I was watching the replays.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as it got done, I found my way to watch it.
True.
The easy fight was going on at that point, but I was too tired. But yeah.
The easy fight. Let's transition into that guy, man.
So yeah.
It was a sad one. It was a sad one to see. I hate this. What I hate. I hate to see the greats fall.
Well, it means you're a winner.
I hate to see Tom Brady not in his prime anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I hate to see Charles Oliveira lost his belt.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I hate to see what's the girl from Brazil, the UFC from the UFC.
What's the name? I don't know her name.
I watched her fight when she lose her belt.
To
crazy girl.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
She's insane. She probably would whoop me and your ass.
Yeah, she probably whoop us and three other guys too. She lose to the Mexican girl, right? Is it Hispanic girl? But Yeah, but she regained the belt back, right?
Did she?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, but I think she did. I can't remember what her name is. We can Google it. That's why we got the computer here, bro.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate to see the greats lose. So
Yeah.
when Izzy lost, that touched me. That touched me. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, I can't believe this guy, my guy. And plus, he's a genuine soul. You know, I love how he trolled the media.
Yeah.
I love everything about him. I love even when he stuck up for Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
At the time
Yeah.
when Joe Rogan was going through all that.
Yeah. Where they were all coming from, Joe Rogan. Yeah.
Man, I love that. And he was like, yeah, Joe Rogan is my nigga. You know?
Yeah. That's true.
I love guys like that. I love guys like that, and I hate to see them lose. And that one was tragic, especially when he lost to the guy in kickboxing, and this is supposed to be his redemption.
Yeah, and
You know?
this is the third time. This was the third time
The
he was.
second time.
No, third.
Third time he lose overall.
He's beaten the eye.
Okay.
He knocked him out, beat him once by points before, and then knocked him out the second time.
Oh, this was the trilogy.
This was the trilogy, so knocked him out. So he's knocked him out twice now.
Second time fighting.
No, this is the third time fighting. He's beaten him twice.
Jeez.
Right? That's why you can
That's
see
hard.
even easy like the energy he come with. It's a good energy. It's like you have to be very technical, but it's not like, oh, you know what? I'm beating that guy. It wasn't. No, he wasn't that. He didn't have that energy. He didn't have that energy of like, you know what? I'm beating that guy. That guy ain't me. Like I'm
That
beating.
guy was huge too.
That guy was big. That's that easily a 205 pound. Yeah, he in a different class completely.
Probably walk around 210, 2.
That guy.
Yeah.
That guy walk around 220.
You think so?
Easy. That's a
And drop
six.
down to how much?
That's a 6'4". Yeah. And drop down to 185. Cut 40 pounds.
That dude is scary, bro. That
And who knows? These them Brazilians. He probably don't even cut anything. He probably stay like that all year long. In the gym, rolling on the ground. He'd probably do that. But it's Brazil. What else you gonna be doing? Gang banging? Shooting guns up in Rio de Janeiro? No.
Yo, or the favelas.
So yeah, but he's a good fighter and he got hot. So I knew some people you just got to go there and take them out. And it's the same thing that, not to sidetrack, but go into boxing like Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
It's really hard when a guy's beating you for you to go beat him. Anthony Joshua, it happened to him too, right? When, what's his name? Alexander Usyk beat him. They're like, oh, like they're going to go fight. Like, oh, it's Anthony Joshua. He'll beat him up the second time. No. You ain't beating him up. That man has been fighting in his country, carrying guns. Bullets have been trying to beat him for the past couple. He been beating bullets.
For real, he's been seeing people die.
He been beating guns, bro.
He was at real war. He would think he about to
He come here and lose. You know, I just like that. I'm like, this man is prepared to die. You better go there prepared to kill him.
Yeah, for sure.
If anything less, or at the same time you're thinking like, you know, at the end of the fight, I'm gonna hug him and we're gonna be good or everything.
But this guy deserves respect.
Nah.
He
Bro.
better be on the ground.
The
like,
man has been ready to die. You better be ready to nail him to the cross. If not, he gonna kill you. And that's what he did to Anthony Joshua. The fight was even, right? Until the 10th round. And then the 10th round, you see who can swim in deeper waters. Now, prior to this whole Ukraine thing, you would have said, okay, Anthony Joshua is the guy that will go in deep waters and come out. But because of them experience, that guy's seen another different part of life that Anthony Joshua have not seen. So that punch he threw away everything, that dude eat that thing like biscuit. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, let me show you what I got. I'm going to barrage you now with a punch with a 3, 4, 5, 6 combination. And let me see what you can give back.
For sure. And
Yeah.
speaking of Ukraine, let's just get into this topic. Let's transition over to
Yes, sir.
Ukraine and
Tell us,
Russia.
what's happening?
Russia right now.
Yeah.
Ukraine just took back one of the major, what do you call it? Major states, or what we would call states.
Or
Major
province,
cities,
whatever city.
Actually, major cities
Yeah.
of Ukraine from Russia, and it was the Haran I think that's what they call it, Haran, the city of Iran, the southern city.
Yeah, yeah,
And Zelensky actually went there to visit them, unannounced visit, to see what was going on, and he actually said that the damage that he's seen was way worse than he expected it to be.
yeah.
And
You
so
know, a
while
lot
he
of
was,
people don't know what's been going on in Ukraine. Like, it's just like it's been sidetracked now. Like, you know, who cares about it? Like, you know, we're talking about Kanye
yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
which we're gonna get into all them topics later, and Kyrie and everything. But
Yeah.
like, people don't understand like the magnitude of number of casualties that's happened now in Ukraine. It's been a lot. So many people. It's a very deadly war. So many people has lost their life.
To be
So
honest, to
yeah,
me, I thought, I'm not gonna even lie.
yeah,
To be honest, prior to NATO stepping in,
yeah.
I thought Ukraine would have been defeated by now, dude.
Of course, of
Because
course.
because Russia had that second in military standards. You know
Yeah.
what I thought? I thought they would have been down by now, and it goes to show you that Ukraine really have a lot of heart and a lot of power, and it says something about Russia as well. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Russia is kind of getting exposed, bro. I think they're getting exposed. Their military is getting exposed.
Yeah.
Their tactics are getting
Well, the
exposed.
artilleries are all old fashioned. Like these people still use stuff from like the Cold War. Like, bro, this is old. Like, you get you some. This stuff is 40 years old already, 30 years old already. Get you some new stuff,
Yeah, yeah. And I
right?
want to go to the history of how this war started, because most people are saying that this was unprovoked
Yeah.
per se, but
Or you learn.
me
Yeah.
and you talked about this prior to coming on this, and
Yeah.
we have different thoughts about it.
Yeah.
So let's dive into that. Would you? How do
No,
you
you
think?
you go first. Let me
How
hear
do
what
you
you got.
think? I mean, we talked about it and we agreed on how uh, they said that it was unprovoked, but I feel like it really wasn't, and I feel like it really wasn't because Ukraine had a peace, not a peace. We could call it a peace treaty
Yeah, it's sort of an agreement. Yeah.
with Putin and
What?
Russia
Yeah, with the
to
state of Russia.
to
Yeah.
stay, you know,
Out of NATO. Yeah.
to stay out of NATO, and
Yeah.
NATO was kind of pushing towards Russian borders for a very very long time,
Yeah.
and
That's
now
right.
it becomes. And think about it, like I try to put myself in other people's shoes,
Yeah.
and if I was in Russia
Mm-hmm.
or even the United States, let's flip it. If United States see Russia
Coming close.
invading and coming closer to U.S. borders, how would you think they would handle that?
Well, it will be really hard. Uh, Russia does have a border that's almost nearing Alaska, which is the United States, but the United States would not give any chance for that. Like Russia would not dare come try to partner with Mexico. Like that would not happen.
Yeah.
So this is the story of what's happening. Like hey, this is our region. We want to dominate this area.
Yeah.
This, as you know, Ukraine, Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, all them countries there, Russia, they used to be the original Soviet Union. There was one country. It got broken down into many different parts, right? And
And why was that though? Why didn't they stay together? What
well,
happened?
I think it was. If I might be wrong, but it was after the war. Uh, Russia, Soviet Union, the communist country decides to go in different directions, and different countries like choose to be independent, right? And they let that. But now they signed a treaty with Moscow, as you said, right?
And
And
if let's get if they don't know what we're talking about, what war we're talking about World War II, right?
yeah, World War II, not World War One. Like
Okay.
yeah, so this was during the time of Joseph Stalin, who was the head of the Russia. Who was the head of the USSR, the Soviet Union back then. So Yeah, but them countries, for some reason, after the war where everything decided, there was so much damage done in Eastern Europe, and they all decided to go a different direction. This is helping, right? Put some on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's go ahead and just pour up a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
There we go. You good, my guy?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, yeah. So Ukrainians want to have a better economy. They want to have a better life, a better lifestyle, and the way they see that is to be the part of Europe fully. In order to be part of Europe, you have to associate with NATO, right? And the only problem is that is the governing body, the chief governing body of NATO is the United States, and this is the arch nemesis of Russia.
Yeah.
So if Ukraine becomes part of NATO, now it means Russia, the United States is at the back of, is at the backyard of Russia.
So how close is Ukraine to Russia though? It's like pushing right to that.
Very,
border,
very
isn't it?
close, very close. Kyiv itself, the town, the state, the capital of Ukraine, used to be a major. If I'm right, I could be wrong, but used to be itself the capital of like the Soviet Union. Like, you see? So that's how close it is. Like, it's not that far away from Moscow. By the way, if you understand, Moscow is towards the western side of Russia. So it's on the border of Ukraine and Russia. Like, Moscow is nearing, like the capital of Russia itself is nearing Ukraine. You know?
Yeah.
So it's pretty close. There used to be one country. This, by the way, let's get this right. These are one people. Like, it's not like if you see a Ukrainian and you see a Russian, like you'll be like, some people still go to Ukraine today and come back to Russia tomorrow. Like, that's how they live. Like, they have family members on there. Like, it's like, oh, my cousins are Ukrainians and I'm Russian. Like, you know.
That's
Oh,
terrible, man.
so it's not like this is one tribe. It's one people. It's one culture. They still speak similar languages and everything. It's still the same thing. It's not, you don't look any difference. It's just different nationality, but it is one people. Like, they don't even, a lot of people that grew up in that culture and understood the time of, like, you know, like the heritage of the countries is still all linked together. You can hardly tell the difference between Kyiv, which is the capital of Ukraine, and Moscow. Well, you'll be able to tell the difference because you know the popular buildings in Moscow. But just looking at the building structures there and everything, like,
Very similar.
a very similar cultural style, architecture style, and everything because this is one place, you know. So, yeah.
That's sad. That's sad. So let's transition over. Let's transition over to another topic.
Yep.
And what we're gonna go to is let's go, since we went on a dark topic. Let's go on a more entertaining topic here.
Yeah.
Let's go to Elon, my guy.
Our boy.
Elon, my guy, he over here firing not millions, thousands of people. He just fired his the software engineer.
Oh yeah.
You know, had a big dispute on Twitter. You know, he claimed that he didn't even know that he was fired until, you know, somebody told him that he was fired. And one of his colleagues told him that he was fired.
And Twitter, right?
And Elon tweeted it.
Yeah.
This guy, man, Elon is a funny guy.
So the thing is, with a company like that, so Elon is he gonna get a bunch of, by the way, and he knows that.
And he's facing a lot of fire right now.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get a lot of lawsuits against him, but he ready for that. Like, this is not something he hasn't dealt with before, right? But you come in the company where you know, okay, like you were forced, you know, he didn't want to buy the company. He wanted to buy the company, and then he looked at the company and he saw the books are not profitable, and he saw the numbers don't add up, and then he changed his mind. I'm not gonna buy the company anymore.
And then that's when the CEO of Twitter sued him, right?
Yeah, that's when the board of Twitter went after him and the CEO and everybody. It's like, but the laws in the Security Exchange Commissions and everything that you can't be making moves like that, right? So eventually they kind of
making moves like what?
You can't just go to a company and say you want to buy them, and obviously they did their due diligence. You did your due diligence and everything, and the deal is almost done, and it's on the paper already. You already bought it, and then last minute you come no.
Yeah.
Because now if you back up that deal, that company just goes to
I
the
feel
ground.
like that was a chess move of him backing out, though.
Obviously, Elon was very clear with what happened. He saw some numbers that didn't add up,
Yeah.
and I think he said about 50% of people on Twitter were bots, were like robots and stuff like that. And
And do you think that's why Twitter was losing so much money? That because they were losing hella money before.
yeah, operational cost of Twitter was just way too high. Too many engineers, too many software gurus, too many woke people too. And you know what Elon gonna do? Like the first year, as soon as he get there, let's clear up the woke.
Yeah.
We don't gotta be woke here.
Yeah.
That's not what we're doing. We design things here. We make products. And we make money, right? So if that's the goal, if we make products and we make money, then cut off them woke people. So, and I feel the 50% is just okay. When you say
But I don't really feel like it was a business move though.
to buy Twitter,
Yeah, I feel like it was more of a hey, a lot of people, because Elon is more of a right wing type of person. Yeah. We
well,
could say that.
yeah,
We could say
I
that.
consider him like central, but yeah,
But
but he's gravitated on the right side.
Yeah, because of what's going on, because of the woke community, and because of people are
Cancellation and all them
people
kind of.
are people are getting their rights as a human being taken away. Because I don't think Elon really sit down and said, "Yo,
Twitter is a good business.
Twitter, yeah,
Let's go buy it."
let's go and get it."
Yeah.
I feel like because
Yeah.
there were so many people getting canceled and so many people losing their rights as a human being.
Yeah.
That's why I think he went and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure he had a conversation with Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, that's no longer that was the CEO and is no longer the CEO of the company, and who was a big supporter of Elon and a big investor in Elon's companies too, and he's like, yeah, Elon buying this company would make a lot of sense,
Yeah.
So because he busy there running Square, right? Square Capital, like the what's it called, transactional company. And the whole thing coming together, like, man, like Trump out of it, this person, and they doing that. It's like, man, like, my guy, like, I know I started this company, but hey, we need someone to go save this company before this stuff just become like something else. Because Twitter was turning into something else, right?
Yeah.
And Elon is like, I feel they were probably maybe just having a drink like we're having now and it's like, you know what?
I'll sell it to you.
Well, he don't got to. No, he don't. Jack Dorsey don't own the whole company, right? But he's like, how much is it even worth?
But didn't prior to that, didn't Elon own the majority share of Twitter before he went and controlled it, or?
I think he had made some investment in Twitter
Okay.
to sit on the board.
Okay.
I forgot what that story was. I think he made investments, and he was going to sit on the board, and I think he didn't get the seat on the board or something like that.
Okay.
So he had bought part of the company. If I'm right, I think maybe 9.9% or something like that, but not 10%. Not enough to.
I thought he was like the majority shareholder.
Yeah, I mean, you can own 9% and be the majority share owner. Like 9% of something is a lot of something.
Especially a business.
Especially a multi-billion-dollar company like that. 9% is like 1% is a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but
So I heard that Elon Musk, he did this. He launched something on Twitter. It was called Blue.
oh yeah,
Blue Twitter.
really?
Yeah, it's something called Blue, I think, that he launched. But he launched it for a little bit, and it didn't do great numbers.
It flopped?
Yeah, and then he had to
Oh, yeah.
pull back from it a little bit.
Yeah,
He had to
Elon
pull
Musk is gonna come to Twitter with like an experimental mindset,
back. Yeah, and a lot of people,
especially since the company wasn't making money before.
yeah, and a lot of people are giving him backlash because of these things. Like, I feel like on one hand, a lot of people thinking he's moving too fast with, oh, he's firing 50% of his workforce, and he got rid of his whole board. But if people don't know, like once you turn a company private,
Yeah,
you no longer have to have
but
a board,
well, you can do that if you want to, but it's just for advice. If you don't need the advice anyways, why you gonna have them?
But once a company is public, you have to have a board, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
It's
yes,
part
yes. The
of
public are gonna vote the board members into the seats. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
for sure. So he don't need a board, you know. And plus, on top of that, it's his company. He could run it how he want to run it. You know what I'm saying? So, if he want to fire 50% of the workforce, that's on him. And I think people should have been preparing their mind for that.
yeah,
If anybody buy a company, expect change. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And Twitter was losing an enormous amount of money. It hasn't been profitable. So it's like, why? Why not?
Why have all
Like why we carrying all this extra weight, right? So well, somebody got to go.
these extra woke people?
Yeah, like why we, which was majority of employees in Twitter, anyways, from their CEO to their CFO. He fired all the C-suite officers. Everybody go, all of you to all the gang. You know the way them CEOs, everybody see that CFO, CEO, CMO. Round all of you up. Out we go. marching, marching now.
And I would expect him to do that because he has his own group of people that he would want to be on that board.
Exactly right. He coming with his own group of investors. He coming with his own because he did bring in investors.
Yeah, and his
Like,
own
yeah.
engineers. I heard that he on Patrick that David was talking about how he took his.
Can you imagine if Patrick Bailey interviews Elon Musk?
Oh man,
God,
I'm waiting on that.
that would be so
It's
good.
gonna happen.
Well, he got to get someone like Kanye for us. Yeah, bro, that would be so good, bro.
He already had someone like Kanye.
Antonio,
Yeah,
let's
Antonio Brown,
let's
right?
go by here. That man, Antonio Brown, bro. I
He
hope,
on a different level.
I hope he survived.
Bali.
I hope he survive. I hope he survived this thing, man. That's come on him already.
For real.
Because that thing holding him.
For real. But
Yeah.
Patrick David said that Elon Musk brought his engineers from Tesla and told him to look at the technology in Twitter and see what's going on in Twitter.
Yeah.
So he don't need any engineers from Twitter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I mean,
they're probably finding a lot of different information,
Yeah.
in terms of, because Tesla, I heard that it's not even a car company, it's a battery company.
Tesla is a battery and technology. It's a battery and software company.
And it's
Yeah.
making $1 trillion, almost $1 trillion, nearing $1 trillion company.
Well, valuation wise,
Yeah, so why wouldn't
it's
he
not.
bring?
It's not the most profitable car company. It's not even on the feet. It's not even the fifth or the 10th most profitable car company. They don't make real profit. They don't make profits either.
Really?
No. Tesla don't make that much car. How many cars do they produce a year? But now, this is it. They are ahead on the journey. They are ahead on the trajectory that this is where the world is going towards.
So
They are ahead on that.
So how do they evaluate a company? I think you should go into that. How do they evaluate Tesla to be $1 trillion company when they don't bring in as much? When they don't bring in that type of money?
So it's the market capitalization. So it's what a person is willing to pay for each share. So it's the price earning ratio, like how much.
And is Tesla public or is
Tesla is a public company,
Okay.
right? So it's like how much is a person willing to pay for this one share of Tesla, right? So if you buy it for $50 and I'm able to pay $60 and then it goes up to $60 and someone comes to me and they want to pay $70 because they believe, according to their thesis, in the next 20 years, this company is going to be making so amount of money, and based on this so amount of money, it's going to be worth this, right? So they're able to put that into calculation and say, you know what, now, instead of 50 selling for, I'm willing to pay $80 for it, right?
Okay.
So then you sell your shares in the market for whatever price you sell it for, and I go there, I buy it, and the price keeps going up, and the price keeps going up, and the price
So
keeps
what's
going
the
up.
calculation? Like, how do they do the calculation of the company?
Of the capitalization, the price to the earnings to the price. So it depends on the ratio you're selling. A lot of these companies will sell anywhere from P of one to one. If you find a good company doing 1 to 1, by the way, in this day and age, you don't find anything like that because we just live in such a complex, technologicalized world, right? Like information is so dispersed and so spread out to people that everyone gets it. We consume so much, right? So the market is kind of, it's not always right, but it's right 99% of the time, right? Because if everyone gets most of the right information. So
That's why when you bet against the market and you win big.
you win big because you were betting against so many people.
Yeah.
But the market don't go and say like, these damn 100 million people out there are stupid. They only you're gonna lose all the money. That's what's gonna happen. But when you bet against the market, what you're saying is like you have an information or you know something they don't know, right? And that's why Warren Buffett is known for saying like the greatest strength of an investor is to be able to go against the herd, against the herd. So it's like everyone's going that way, 50,000 people this way, and you still have the guts
To go the next way.
to go this way. But that's what makes you $1 billion.
Yeah.
But you better be right, my friend.
If you're right, you die.
If you ain't right, you go owe $1 billion.
You're gonna be the one-legged man.
In the ass kicking contest. Everybody gonna come kick your ass for free. Then 50,000 people, while you standing, they come by. Oh, free ass. Free ass. Free ass. You gonna be the one-leg man in the ass kicking contest. Everybody that walk by, oh, easy. Easy. So, yeah. But that's it. Like that's most times that's how they calculate that's how you get like the market capitalization of a company, like the earning and the price people are able to pay for. Like so if the company earns $1 million and the people are willing to pay 20 times what it earns for the value of the company,
That's why they say 5x or 20x.
Yeah. 5x the earning, right? So if we go deep into like financials and everything, a lot of people also do when they value companies, they value them based on cash flow of the company, the free cash flow or the cash flow itself. But for the most part, the stock market is based on the PE ratio, so price per earning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the things Elon doing in terms of change in Tesla, and then we could get into these real quick, and then move on to different topics because we've been on this topic for a long time.
Yep.
You know. So and I wanna know like your thoughts on them, and then I wanna know how you think that's gonna affect other social platforms. You know, in terms of the return of Vine. You know, you talk about returning Vine, and Vine is just like TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you feel about that? How do you feel that's gonna turn out for?
Did you ever use Vine? Did you ever use Vine?
No, never
No.
used. I never used. I saw it. I saw a lot of Vines, but I never. And wasn't it just like TikTok, wasn't it?
It was pretty much like it. I never really used it too, but it saw it being used, and we know them famous people from Vine, right? Like pretty much all the people that really got famous on YouTube came from Vine, right? Like them, David Dobrik and whatever his name is, I think that's his name. Logan Paul, everything. Them 7 seconds video. Hey, what's happening? Yeah, them crazy things they do, right?
Yeah.
I think this thing is actually actually depleting.
You think so?
Society. Yeah, it's just too much.
It is.
The content production is just a lot, and it's just very too short span.
Yeah.
Like it's just too much.
It costs people's attention span to 7 seconds and they'll flip, and then if you see somebody going through their phone, they're just
going there. Yeah. It's like, what are you getting that way?
Somebody attention span in 2 seconds. They're like, all right, next video.
Before you know it, we're gonna have a attention span of a one and a half a half a second. Whew, 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 whew.
Yeah.
It's like so. I don't like. I don't think Vine is gonna come anyways. I don't think TikTok will give them the opportunity. The question is, what's gonna happen with TikTok next?
Yeah, because they saying now that people don't really like after all this conspiracy theories with TikTok and how China is using it for information.
Ain't no conspiracy theories. That's true, brother.
Yeah, so I mean they
It's
have
a Chinese-owned company.
Yeah, so they have the information there. So I feel like Vine might
Have a chance.
not have a chance, but might take over. You know what I'm saying? Take over that TikTok. Might step in the place of TikTok.
Group of guys. Group of teenagers or whatever.
Yeah, because they like think about everybody who's making money in TikTok now in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they already banned TikTok in certain countries.
Yeah.
You know, and they're talking about banning TikTok in the United States.
But if Trump was still president, for sure, he would have been banned by now. Because he almost banned it the other time, right?
And you never know about this 2024 elections. It might happen. You know what I'm saying? So if TikTok gets banned from the United States, I feel like Vine is going to make that progress to make to make Twitter a $1 trillion company to me. One
like
of the
Vine?
reasons why. Yeah, I feel like Vine is going to step into the place of TikTok and take that TikTok space over.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity. I mean, Elon is gonna come and we know he's gonna shake things up in the company. So we could see the emergence of Vine again. Obviously, like we last time we talked about payment and everything, where you gotta pay subscription and everything.
And that was the blue. That's what I was.
Yeah.
Verification.
Yeah, because I mean, like most social media companies make their money from advertisements, and who goes on Twitter to advertise?
Nobody.
Very few company.
I don't even use Twitter no more.
When we're doing our funnels for our company and we're running ads for our company, we don't be like, you know what, we're gonna shoot them ads on Twitter.
Yeah.
Who? It's only Twitter is just, I don't even know, it's just it's to get people and push bad news. It's just such a, for me, the reason why I don't use it because I think it's a very crazy negative platform. It is crazy.
Well, with Elon taking over, that might change,
I see.
Even in terms of free speech, that's why I feel like he really bought Twitter. I feel like this is the place for the anti-Semitic people. The people who I feel like Twitter is going to be the home for people who believe in free speech. Like they will have the home for, to talk and to
it's in America.
Voice their opinion like Kyrie, and not get penalized for it. I mean, maybe he might get penalized on, he might get taken down on other platforms, but on Twitter, I don't believe that would happen. And I feel like that would force competitors to reevaluate how they, how they ban people from their platform, because, if people are going on Twitter to voice their opinion and how they feel, I feel like that's going to take a lump sum of market share from different other platforms such as, Instagram or, whatever other platform out there. So I think it's going to force competitors to, reevaluate how they ban people or requirements to ban people.
Yeah, because then there's not going to be much banning. Freedom, there's not going to be much banning. There might be some, like people doing crazy stuff, but it's not going to be much banning like that. And I think that's what's going to make Twitter like a successful company, because it does have the qualities of being a successful company, right? But the first order of business was to fire half of them people, and half is gone already. Right? Like, we do not need you here.
For sure.
You're outside the door already. But yeah, let's use this as I don't know if you want to talk about what's it called, Kyrie.
Kyrie, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Segue to Kyrie,
We could go into that. We could go into that a little bit. I'll ask you, how do you feel about that? How do you feel
well, I
about
haven't done my research about him and looking at him like I'm like, okay, yeah, the man. Well, when you are a divisive personality,
explain divisive? I don't know what that
it's
means.
just
I
so
don't know what it means.
divisive is like when you divide people. When like Trump is divisive, like his words, like the same
Okay.
thing. And divisive is not necessarily like evil or anything. It's just like
Yeah, you cause controversy.
you stand on one side and you tell them other side like I ain't about that, you know. So, but someone like Kyrie, when you've done this multiple times, kind of puts a tag on you. Like, man, this person is known for creating such problems. So when you have a serious thing like this where you can want to have a statement, it's easy for people to cast a judgment on you.
So, do you think Kyrie is a divisive person, or you think Kyrie
I think he
stand
wanted.
on what he believes in?
Well,
Because
that's the same thing as Trump, right? He stand on what he believes in. That's why I said it's not necessarily a bad thing. When you stand on what you believe on, which you should do, well, you divide the line. You say, I believe in this, I don't believe in that. And that's what divides things. And there are some other people on the other side.
But I feel like in this day and age,
Yeah.
that would be considered divisive. I think 5 years ago,
Yeah.
that would not be considered divisive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it would not. It would just be like, hey, man, the poor guy has an opinion.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I feel like what they're doing to Kyrie, to me, is completely wrong. Hopefully we don't get,
Yeah.
we don't get penalized for saying what we believe in, but
Yeah.
I feel like...
No, a lot of people voice their opinion about what they think about what they're doing. I think I also agree. I agree with LeBron what he said. The punishment is kind of overwhelming at this point. It's just more
what did
than
LeBron say? Did LeBron stand up for Kyrie?
not necessarily stand up, but it's like like I agree. Like of course, like he did say some wrong things and doesn't agree with everything he says. But
did he
at this
say-
point, the punishment is just surpass whatever it's supposed to be. You know, did you see the list of the thing they said he was supposed to do?
Yeah, where you have to go to...
The Jewish council, you got to pay 500,000 or something like
Did he
that.
have to pay, or did he offer to pay 500?
No, he have to pay 500,000, make to some contributions. It was a list of things. We can Google it.
That's some bullshit.
But yeah, when I saw that too, I was like, nah, this ain't right.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Let's try and look that up.
Yeah, look it up.
But I don't think what he have to go through is right. I feel like Twitter is the best place for him to be.
Who's
right now. But I don't think what he's going through is anyway, like, in terms of what he said, because he didn't really say anything. He didn't really say anything anti-Semitic. And then we got to look up what or say what anti-Semitic means. It's, that's prejudice or prejudice
against Jewish people.
Yeah. And what did he say? Maybe the film might had some type of anti-Semitic slurs in it, or
exactly. Yeah.
But he himself did not produce the movie for you to say that he's anti-Semitic. And on top of that, he has voiced his opinion.
And he said, I agree with you. He did say, I don't agree with everything in it.
Yeah.
But he agreed with certain things in it.
Yeah, and that's
like,
good. And the man is, how old is Kyrie?
Probably 31, I don't know, 32.
He's in his prime. He's finding himself, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to stand on what he believes in. He's trying to, what could I say? He's finding...
Oh, he's 30.
Yeah. He's finding himself and he's standing on what he believes in. He was, like he said, he was confused.
Yeah.
By growing up in this society where it's like, kind of not can I say racist, but it's kind of divided, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it makes him...
And without a doubt, you get a feeling of that.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's in the right for what he's doing. You know,
Who,
he's
like,
voicing his
he got
opinion.
he got the right to voice an opinion.
Yeah.
He does. But
So
here's the thing: if you work for a Jewish man, you got the right to voice your opinion.
and the
But
next,
but you ain't coming to an organization that's run by a Jewish person.
yeah,
Like, I agree with you. We're all black people, and we know what black people go through and everything, and we know what our history's been. Like, we understand our brothers and sisters being taken away from us and being sold into slavery, and the outcome of what's happened after this many years. But you ain't going into a Jewish man company that's being ran and saying that. No, you don't have that right.
so
You
I
don't.
get.
You don't.
Let me
You can't go there and say I'm going DEFCON or UI or say.
let me play devil's advocate here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You're a business owner.
Hmm.
I help you run your business.
You work for me.
You
That's
know what I'm
more of
saying?
what it is
Yeah.
with Kyrie.
Yeah.
You work for me.
Yeah, but hear me out here. Technically, I'm under you, right?
Yeah.
Is Kyrie under?
The owner of the
owner
business.
of the business?
Yeah, it's under the president
Okay.
of the company too, not just the owner.
Okay. Do me and you have disagreements?
Yes.
Many, right?
Yeah.
Do we sit and talk and voice our opinion to each other?
Uh-huh.
That's called civil discourse.
Yeah, but it's not the same as when you go like on a when you share a movie that portrays a lot
He's
of
sharing a movie with that
because
should have done
because that movie
was
what that
open-
movie that
what
movie
I'm saying, Chris, what that should have done was open
A discussion.
the opportunity to have civil discourse. Some of the things that I do, like certain things in the business, you say, "Hey, Dwight, I didn't like that."
yeah
You know,
yeah
sometimes we argue, sometimes we have civil conversations,
yeah
and that open the opportunity of us talking it out as men to figure out solutions to the problem rather than making you suspending him from 5 games. Is that helpful or is that harmful? Because what you're doing is you making it seem like, okay, this is correct then. You know what I'm saying? This is correct. This is how it is. You know, the
Yeah.
system where there's people in power. I don't want to say, you know, I don't want to get into
Unfortunately, it is that way.
there's people in power and they have the power. So the minute you put your foot down, that means, okay, well then, therefore, I was correct the whole time. You know, many people were correct the whole time. There's certain people in power and they have the power, and the minute you voice your opinion as a, you know, as a melanin person,
Uh-huh.
they don't want you to do that. You know? And him putting his foot down on Kyrie, him putting his foot down and saying, "Hey, you suspended 5 games." Did that prove Kyrie's point? Did that prove Kanye's point? Did that prove people who think the same way point? Or did that help in some way to say, "Oh, well, let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it. Let me show you that our people are not like that."
Well, this is a hard one because the Jewish people, as I said, like it's just the fundamentals of what that movie was about. Like that movie, when you cut that movie back and forth, I think it's like I probably don't have. Well, both of them, there's some issues some way somehow, but Kanye say he's going DEFCON on Jewish people. It's like, well,
That's not correct.
Don't-
at all.
don't-
I
don't-
do not believe what
He's-
Kanye said was.
don't go
Anyway.
get DEFCON on Jewish people. Like there's so many Jewish people. Like as Lex Friedman told him, like have enough balls to call out name.
Yeah.
That person do you wrong, go call him out.
Yeah.
You know. And Kyrie is like, okay, like say what you believe in this movie. You know, I watched this movie instead of sending people into. I mean, you can criticize Amazon for selling the movie too, but Amazon, as I said, Amazon did not put it in front of 550 million people. Kyrie did that.
But how many subscribers? How many people subscribe to Amazon Prime? That's how much people they put it in front
How
of.
many? You know how many books are on Amazon Prime? There's over 1 million books on Amazon Prime. Like, you think I'm going to look for like Rules for Radical by what's his name, Saul Lizinski, or whatever his name is, that talks about Satan being the first, the devil being the first radical person or everything. I'm not going to go look for that. I know about it, right? But it's the same thing as this. Like, the book is there. My book is on Amazon. How many people go there and buy Rules for Greatness? Like, it's not it.
Matter of fact, go and buy Rules for Greatness.
Shameless plug. Rules for Greatness. Get it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying, but I feel at the same time
He took it and he brought it to the forefront of everything.
But that's his human right to do that.
It is his human right. And
To have an opinion.
unfortunately, some people human right carry more power than some people human right. It's just the logical thing of the base of things. Like, Kyrie's human right carry more power than our own human right. Like, because he can say something and influence 20 million people in one day.
For the time being.
Yeah, you know, we go.
For the time being.
We're swinging it out.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, as you said,
Uh-huh.
his human rights or his voice of freedom or everything carry more power than whatever we're able to say.
Yeah.
So he can go out there and say da 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 da, and there are people that would not research or do anything, and they'll go straight. Oh, you know, black people were one of the Jews, like we're the real Jews, and these white people are the fake Jews, which is not true, by the way.
But that's on them. That ain't on Kyrie. Kyrie did his research. They didn't do their research. They gone based off what Kyrie said.
But why did he say what he believed?
Huh?
Why, I'll ask you, why, if he read the book and really liked it, why didn't he say what he believed? Like, you know what, I read this book, I disagree with all them things, but I agree with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things.
So suppose other people disagree on what Kyrie said about the movie, but agreed on what he disagreed with. You know what I'm saying? They have the human rights to do that. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, like you said, he has more influence on people, and with that, I just feel like when you sign those papers to be an athlete, when you sign the paper
to work for an organization,
it's like
you working for the organization, bro.
It's like you in a glass prison, and it's like, come on, man.
But this is the thing, like, athletes, it's a job. It's a job they pay you for. And they don't pay you to come here and represent yourself or everything. The company got to make money. Let's remember this. You come in here to be an appropriate representation of the company so the company can make money. This is not free. These are $1 billion businesses. Not $1 million business or $500 million. These are $1 billion businesses. They need to make money. And if they pay you 40, 50 million for dribbling the ball, that's $1 million every week for in between your leg.
Yeah.
They expect you to represent the company properly. That's just all, right? And when you're done with your basketball career and everything, you can go take a truck and protest and put this and everything. But what I'm saying is the reason why they're able to tag that on Kyrie is because he's just built up the reputation for it. Likewise, Kanye, he's just built up the reputation for it. If he hasn't built up the reputation for it and he comes out and say, you know what, I believe in this, I saw this happen and call the person out, probably be what it is.
If you soaked in some knowledge from this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more episodes. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you know when we post. Don't forget, knowledge is power.